Hey, juniors, you got a minute? Jump on YouTube, Instagram, YouTube, Instagram, YouTube, Instagram, YouTube, Instagram, YouTube. Go to YouTube. Going to have just a little conversation with you guys, just about anything, any questions that you have. Nothing new covered today. Stuff about the AP testing that I'm asking you to do. I'll give everybody a chance to join in. All right. So if you have any questions about AP testing, editing the. Why are you confused, Logan? Only you, Peter. You're the only one that has to submit any work today. No notes. No notes. Nothing. This is nothing new here today. Same question and answer of any problems that we're having, any issues. So I'll give a few minutes for everybody to get in. And yeah, Logan, I do want you to try to take the test on College Board. We are having a few issues with it. I got maybe about half of each class has taken it without any problem. And hang on a second. Half of each class has taken it without any problem. And but that's the first thing I wanted to talk about, is that the AP exam may be administered online. You guys may have to take a test that looks like that. So the more practice we do there, the better, the more comfortable you'll be when you do take it for real. So I'm going to put a few on there this course of this month. I want you guys to try it, but I'm not taking grades. So I'm really looking for participation. You don't even have to just get. I want you to get yourself familiar with the navigation of it all, and how it works. If they do the test online, there will only be one essay, not three, and I don't even know which one it is yet. So when it comes to the revision of the essay, I'd like to have it. If you got it by the end of this week, tomorrow is fine. If I get it next week, I don't care. So essay revision can be the end of this week or the beginning of next week. That's okay. All right. And and Emily, you asked about everything being due tomorrow. I also forgot that tomorrow is Good Friday, and you guys technically do not have school tomorrow. So, and if you need, it's supposed to be spring weekend. It's feeling like spring, spring off. So I don't care if I don't get anything till Tuesday, because technically you guys do not have school tomorrow or on Monday. But just send the stuff when you get it. All right, sound good? And so when it comes to the revisions, the big thing that I'm looking for there, and I put that on the page, is a little bit of practice on. I'm not going to grade that like I graded the last one. Okay? Not going to grade that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to read it. I'll offer you some tips on it. And if you turn it in, you're getting full credit. Okay? I will offer you some tips. What I do want to see is the colon attempt, the semicolon attempt, and the dash. And I want it highlighted so I go right to it and I can look right at it. Okay? Personally, see if you can get it up to graduate level. I would like you to let me know whether you did or not. It just saves me a little time. I usually get I'm getting hundreds of emails a day from the different classes and teachers, and it's a little overwhelming. But I'd rather read it and offer you some commentary on it than get into all the minutia of it. Okay. Um, if you're having any struggles with College Board, let me know. I'm trying to work through some of the weirdness. We've had issues with students taking it on an old computer. Peter, I still have your, I still have yours to grade, so I saw it. Don't worry about the conclusion, Sydney. Don't worry about the conclusion. All right. The I'd like to do next week. I'd like to get a couple more, one or two more tests out there. Yeah, Logan, I'll get a fire going. We also have the packet to do on that I sent out with you before you guys left. I'll come up with an assignment on that next week, and then when I feel like we're getting some practice on the AP exam, we will begin Into the Wild. Into the Wild should be entertaining, I should say, and I think you guys will like that. And you got that before we left. The idea with the Into the Wild will be to take everything we've learned about ourselves this year. Yes, David, I gave that book out before we left. I gave it out on Wednesday before we left. Yeah, yeah. Well, I might modify some things. Yes, David. Um, I would hope to. We also are going to do a play off of YouTube called The Glass Menagerie. Your other 11th grade classmates have already done it. We do it at the end of the year, but it is a 2-hour play, and we can watch it on YouTube. No, Peter, you are not supposed to feed Into the Wild to your dog. That's Call of the Wild, which is about a dog. Emily, Into the Wild is about a young AP student who runs away from home and is found starved to death in a bus in Alaska. He took the transcendentalism to extreme. So it's on the front cover, so I didn't ruin anything. Glass Menagerie is a play that takes place it is written in the 40s during World War II. It takes place in the 30s, and it's about a struggling family and the issues they face coming out of and in the Great Depression. But we'll watch it. It's 2 hours. It's on the class website also. The I guess the other thing is just in general for all of us. Okay, the Remind, which just kicked in this week. Okay, Remind is you. Some of you have already been responding to me, but I want you to pass it around to fellow classmates, also to other people in school. But that is the school's big push to try to put and connect with everybody. So, talking if you know anybody K through 12, Remind is it. If you guys haven't got into Remind, you're automatically in there from information you shared with your parents shared. But if you want it to come to your phone, you need to get onto Remind. Or if you email me, I can send you the code, I think, right away. But I believe I put the codes on the class website. Check this out here. They should be on here already for after spring break. So if you go below the spring break on the Remind codes are there if you want updates to your phone. Yeah, Logan, apparently know a little something about it. Kayla, right now school ends the week of after Memorial Day. Magdalene, no, the Remind is the school Remind in the everybody and make sure because not everybody has been using Google Sites like we have all year. Not everybody uses Google Drive like we have. Not everybody uses Instagram like we do. Some of the teachers are struggling. So um, we had we've had good practice with using social media to stay in contact for when people are out or for just having fun on trips to the um, Key West and all that other stuff. Uh, I guess the question is, are we going to use Google Classroom? I started it with my seniors because I have to use it next year. I wasn't sure that I wanted to dabble in it this year. I can. It just requires you guys to physically go out and join it. And I thought with Instagram, YouTube, Google Sites, Google Drive, and Remind, I thought it might be technological overkill. And so I wasn't necessarily going to use Google Classroom. But if you guys want me to do it, it won't take me a couple of minutes to set it up, and I'll put it right on the page, and I'll announce it on Instagram and Remind when it's ready. I don't mind doing that. The assignments that we do on Into the Wild and Glass Menagerie will all be submitted through Google Drive anyway. There won't be any more tests. There's no multiple choice test or anything like that. The only multiple choice that I'm going to have you guys take is practice test on the AP exam. And the the so you guys can I need you to spend as much time on College Board. Also, and some of you have been a big help with the College Board. You see things differently than I do. When you talk to me about what you're seeing, it helps me learn from it. So we did not spend a lot of time on it. We practiced it, if you remember, in October, and none of us liked taking the test online at all. You didn't like taking it. I didn't like looking at it. And since the test was going to be on paper, we scrapped working on it. But now we're kind of forced to practice in it. So that's why I'm not going to grade it. If you get them all wrong. I don't care. What's more important is you get in there, you see how to navigate it. You see how the questions are arranged. The questions have a little bit of a different feel to them. So that being said, I'm going to post them out there, and as long as you're active out there, I'm going to give you credit for it. I've noticed, like, we've had a couple students who have, it tells me that they're taking the test, and they're emailing me and telling me they never touched it, or if they did touch it, they didn't know they touched it. I try to reset it. It won't let me reset it. So I'm not going to punish somebody who can't get into that. I'll just open up like test 5 and they can take test 5. So if I put 5 tests out there and you did a few of them, I'm going to give you credit for it because some of them are being odd. Peter, the FRQs are the same things we've been working on all year. So literary analysis, rhetorical analysis, the DBQ, and the open essay. Those are the FRQs. I looked at them, and they are the same type of questions. Some of them are exactly the same question I've already given you. So I'm not going to make you type, or I can if you guys thought it would be a good idea, but we've done some of those already. Actually, now that Peter has asked that, it might be a good idea to try one simply for this reason. Um, you can see how the format is. So when it comes up, you can type it. But I thought I watched a video on College Board that said they're going to have you write it and take a picture and send it in. I need to double check that. Callan, how the time limit's going to be enforced? I don't know yet. I think there's a window that you have. And yes, Jesse, AP exam is going to have multiple choice and one essay. When I get off of here with you guys in a few minutes, I'm going to watch all the College Board essays that I can find and see what's the next and what's the latest information they got. No, David, you'll have MCQs, multiple choice questions, and the FRQ. I don't. Are you asking me, David, or are you telling me that it's just an essay? because if you're telling me it's just an essay, I don't think that is accurate, but I will double check. Okay. And oh man, really? That's I can't check that there. Are you looking at it right now, David? I'm trying to pull it up on my ancient computer here while I'm doing the. David, if you're looking at that, will you send that link to me? Because that would change what we're doing in the next month. That would definitely change what we're doing in the next month because we wouldn't be taking any practice multiple choice tests then if it's just an essay. We'll concentrate on essays. I'll make David, you sending that to me on Gmail? Caleb, I don't care whether I get the essay today, tomorrow, or next Tuesday. All right, you're technically off school tomorrow um, because it's Good Friday. If you send it to my Gmail, David, I got it open right now. The College Board is so clunky; it's hard to find anything there. Yes, Callum, we have an essay due. It's the revision of the one we handwrote in class and then typed. It's on the if you go to the class website below spring break, it has the codes for remind to get them sent to your phone, and it has the the pieces that I'd like you to revise. And also, when you guys send me some stuff, I will update progress book every day at the end of the day. So I've missed some people, some of you guys' work for one reason or the other. Yeah, Magdalene, you have the original essay and then you have the revised below. Just do all the work on the revised below and I'll take a look at it. Kayla, I do believe the AP exams are going to be on the same day. They talked about moving them into the summer. All right, Peter, you're seeing that right now that they're only asking you a rhetorical analysis question? One essay? Because if that's all they're going to give you is one rhetorical analysis essay. Thank you, David. They moved, is everything? All right, thank you, Emily. Thank you, Emily. All right. I'm going into remind now, Peter. This laptop I'm using on the left over here is older than you guys. Pretty sure. Peter, am I supposed to be able to read that? I'm having trouble seeing that in mine. Did that come to you guys directly? That picture, Kaylee, that you sent? Shouldn't I be able to save? Ah, there we go. Pull that up here. This says that the exam date is on May 20th. That is different than what Emily just said. Thank you, Peter. Thank you very much. Not old, I'm older. It's a little different. Omar, it's a deal. I'll take it. I'll kill that rhetorical analysis. I'll bury that thing. Okay, thank you, Kaylee. That's okay. Just wanted to make sure. Emily said it was a whoops. That's fine. New test date, so it is. Okay, so they are giving you guys a 45-minute exam instead of a 3-hour exam over the thing that we've done all year long, the thing we've done the most all year long. You guys should destroy this test. You should not have a problem with it. I got it, Peter. I got it blown up here. It says 45 minutes to read and respond. Wow. I mean, this is what we've done. Callan, that looks like it. Yeah. Your response, I think, is the affirmative, right? Would that be the vernacular of that's going to be easy? Callan, is that right? Kayla, we are in Eastern time zone. Yeah. So it looks like what that means is that they are going to open up a window. You get in there. You got 5 minutes to upload your response. You got an hour-long window, and then shut down. So Omar, the FRQ, there's 3 of them. There is the DBQ, the rhetorical analysis, and the crazy one on the Lindbergh. Well, they're doing just the rhetorical analysis. So you're only doing one of the 3 essays. So all year long, we've been getting ready for 60 multiple choice questions and 3 essays, and you have 1 essay to do. Magdalene, I don't know how they would keep you from looking at anything, honestly. All right. So Peter said they're going to release how we're getting online in a couple weeks. I find I learned more about this from you guys than in 10 minutes than I did from them, and I'm not getting the emails you're getting. If they are, if I am, I'm just overwhelmed with emails. Okay. David says they're open note as well. Yeah, I figured that makes sense. David, is that in there, or you just see that somewhere else? So the only notes that you would need for this test, yeah, Emily's probably right, but I would say the only notes that you would need in this test is yeah. Now, Peter, I did know that you can write it, handwrite it, or type it, and for some of you, typing it's going to be a good thing. I've seen some of your handwriting. And thank you, David. I missed that wall-to-wall Corona coverage. I missed the public statement on the there. So the only notes I would have are a list of rhetorical devices, the ones that are the most common. Looks like something that I should be putting together. Is I could get. We could probably devise a potential list of questions on the AP, or excuse me, a potential. I'll come up with a study guide for the rhetorical analysis. It won't be very hard at all because some of it's already on the class website. So I will put that to where we can get it. But if we're just going to be doing a rhetorical analysis, then that's what we'll practice on for the rest of the year. That makes it easier. That means that we don't have to deal with the multiple choice questions. So I don't have to put any more multiple choice questions out there. All I got to do is put on some rhetorical analysis, and that's what we'll do. We'll practice that. I'm just reading. Thank you, Peter. Yeah, that makes sense, David. I don't think you guys really need to worry about cheating on this. If you don't destroy this essay, you guys were not paying attention in class, because we have just, this is the one I've been beating on all year. We just got lucky that this is the main one. Thank you, Peter. I will study that after this breaks down here. David will not get a 1. David will get a 9 on this. I think they're still doing it out of 9. It's supposed to be out of 6, but the last thing I read said they were doing it out of 9. So I don't know. Either way, what we'll do is this. I'm gonna get off here in a second, unless there are any questions come in here in the next few minutes, okay? But here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna devise a couple classes on remembering how to go through the rhetorical analysis. I'll post a couple, break some of it down. I'll think about that and come up with a good way to sort of reteach that. Peter, what is that? Oh, it is out of 5. The essay used to be scale. Sorry, that's my fault. The essay used to be graded out of a 9 scale. Then they said they were going to change it to a 6 scale. But yes, the AP exam is out of a 5. Sorry about that. No, Omar, I'm not shaving the beard. Keeping the mustache. By the way, this is it. It's the full thing. This is it. It's what happens. I'll come up with a plan for the rhetorical analysis. Okay. Anybody have any other questions? If not, what I would do is I will. Jared, is that like video games? Magdalene, I do not know the answer to that. In the years past, it came out in July. It's like July 7th. The thing about that is they were doing 3 essays and 60 multiple choice questions. So I would imagine it'll be graded quicker than that. Yes, David, I will put it on the class website, and I will blow up all of our social media outlets. And then I will actually have a YouTube class on it where I'll walk you guys through it again. Now, Logan, this is as much as it grows. That's what I figured, David. That would make sense. They wouldn't change it, but it's not going to take them as long to grade. That's for sure. So if there's no more questions, then I'm going to sign out here. We've had I'll send a reminder out with the link that people should watch this, because a lot of good information about the AP exam. Every one of you have a very good chance of passing this, simply because you're not really up against This is the best thing we've done all year long, the most we've worked on. Okay? Any questions? All right, I'll stay in touch with you and guys. I'll send out some reminds here um, after I eat some lunch here. You guys be good. Have a good weekend. Wait a minute. What, Logan? If we are only doing a rhetorical analysis, I'm not going to make you guys do the practice online test. And revisions, I don't care when I get them. I wanted them by the end of this week, but tomorrow is a holiday. It's a religious holiday. All right. So I'll send some updates later. I'll talk to you guys next week. Be good.